Hi everyone, my name is Yasas Sina and I'm computer science student at the University of North Texas. Today I'm presenting my formal report on a proposal I believe could meaningfully improve the daily academic life of every computer science student at UNT, which is a centralized computer science student dashboard. Over the next few minutes, I'll walk you through the research data and why the case for improvement is stronger than expected when I started initially. So what exactly is the problem? Right now, UNT computer science students are required to use four complete separate platforms every single day. Canvas for coursework, Eagle Connect for university email, Handshake for internship and career services, and then various departmental websites for scholarships, advising appointments and announcements. So none of these systems talks to each other. There's no unified login, no cross-platform notification, and no single place to see everything at once. As a computer science student, I've experienced this personally and so have most of my peers. The fragmentation led me to one central research question. Would a centralized digital dashboard improve UNT computer science student organization? Will it help to reduce the missed deadlines and increase engagement with career resources? This question matters for three reasons. First, academic performance. Students are actively losing points because information is on the wrong platform. Second, daily overload. The mental effort of managing four different systems add up. And third, career gaps. Handshake, the platform that matters most for computer science internship, is also the students find the most confusing and least connected to the daily routine. So to answer the research question, I used three research methods. First, I conducted a personal interview with Mr. Cezanne Karki, a full stack developer who is also UNT master's student in data science. He was the ideal source because he understands both the technical side of building such a system and the real experience of being a UNT student. Second, I reviewed five peer-reviewed secondary sources focused on learning management systems and student engagement, which is drawn from educals and academic journals. Third, I administered a Qualtrics e-survey to 24 different UNT students, asking about platform habits, confusion, and dashboard interest. So the interview with the Susan Karki gave me three key takeaways. First, platform fragmentation reduced information visibility. His exact words were the student failed to notice essential updates because information is spread across multiple systems they can't access in an integrated way. That struck with me because it's not about student being careless, it's a design flaw. Second, a successful dashboard needs to prioritize high impact information, that is, deadline, advising task, internship alerts. Don't try to put everything in version 1. Third, start with realistic scope. Launch small, prove value to stakeholders, then expand from there. Secondary research. The secondary research confirmed what the interview suggested. Three themes came up across all five sources. First, LMS organization directly drives student engagement. Educause national surveys found that disorganized digital structure are one of the top barriers to student academic success. Second, irregular facilities posting habits create the exact fragmentation problem we're discussing. When structure posts some things on Canvas and other via email or department pages, students are left to reconcile everything manually. Third, students expect platforms to be active tools, not just file storage. They want an integrated access to resources, deadline, and communication in one place. Survey data. Now the survey data, starting with two most of the important findings. On the left, 54% of students check multiple UNT platforms several times a day. These are highly engaged users who use immediately benefit from a unified interface. On the right, and this is the most significant data point in this entire report, 63% of students said they have missed an assignment or deadline because the relevant information was on different platform than they were using. Nearly two-thirds. This is not a personal organization problem. This is a system level failure and it demands a system level solution. Two more charts. On the left, the pie chart shows which platform caused the most confusion. Handshake comes in it with the 40%, the highest by far. That's important because Handshake is where computer science internships live, but it's also most disconnected from students' daily routine. On the right, the donut chart answers the core question: how helpful would a centralized dashboard be? 33% said extremely helpful, 29% said very helpful, and another 29 said more moderately helpful. That is a 91% of students represented by three large color slices in dark blue, medium blue, and green, who find real value in this proposal. Only 9%, just 9% with the orange slice said it would not be helpful. 91% and 9%. That's about as clear as a mandate as you can get in student research. So the last survey question asked directly to students was, would you actually use a centralized dashboard? Like if it existed? The stack bar breaks it down. Gold 22% said definitely, blue 39 said probably. Together, that gold and blue bracket represent 61% of students with declared likelihood of adoption before a single line of code has been written. So the darker segment shows 25% uncertain and 14% would not use it. That's normal for any new technology at the planning stage. What matters is 61% strong projected figure, and it significantly reduced the adoption risk that kills most near institutional tools. So in a nutshell, what does it mean? That 63% misaligned rate is a structural problem, not a personal one. The system is making organization harder than it needs to be. Handshake's invisibility represents a rare career development gap specifically for CS students. For us, whom internship offer determined career trajectory, and the 91% support plus 61% adoption rate means the conditions for a successful launch are already in place. I just want to be transparent about limitations. The sample of 24 students is directional, it's not conclusive. One expert interview is valuable but not comprehensive. So, these findings should be followed up with broader studies involving faculty and IT stakeholders. So, based on all the evidence, I'm making 5 concrete recommendations here. One, we should start focused, build the first version around deadlines, handshake alerts, and advising links, not everything at once. 2. Use student developers. Computer Stone capstone courses can build at the minimum cost while giving students real world experience. 3. Make Handshake integrated at a first phase priority. Since it's both the most confusing platform and for most careers critical, that's why. 4. Get UNT legal involved early to handle FERPA compliances before it becomes a launch blocker. 5. Plan to expand step by step, using post-launch feedback to add single sign-on, calendar sync, and communication tools over time. To close these features, it answers one questions and 3 independent method answered it the same way. A centralized UNT's computer science student dashboard would reduce missed assignments, deadlines, improve student organization, and increase engagement with career resources. 63% of students have already been harmed by the current fragmented system. 91% believe the proposed solution would help them, and 61% said that they would actively use it. The research is clear, the student demand is clear, the path forward is clear. Thank you, everyone.